Did you know that an estimated 70% of adults in the US have experienced some type of traumatic event at least once in their lives? Hey, I'm Dr. Dave, and on today's Thrive in 5, I'll share 8 words that may be helpful in your life journey of resilience and flourishing. While it's true that all of us experience challenges and stress in our lives, most of us will also experience trauma as well. For some, it may be a single incident such as a bad accident or watching a loved one die, or a long process such as divorce. For others, the trauma may be repeated and prolonged, such as domestic violence or abuse or severe chronic illness. These are all difficult situations, and my heart aches for those who are suffering or have suffered in traumatic ways. So I'm here to share some research tips that can help boost resilience. And my definition of resilience is basically the ability to thrive, adapt, and cope despite tough and stressful times. It's the good news we need to counterbalance the traumatic, adverse experiences in our past or present. So the first 2 words are search inward. Each of us are born with inner strengths, gifts, and talents. The first step is to search inward and discover these, cultivate them, and use these inner character strengths. In fact, here's a homework assignment. Take some time to complete the free VIA Signature Strength Survey at viacharacter.org. This assessment will crank out your top 5 signature strengths. So print them out, write them down, or jot them in your phone because these are the building blocks that can help you through tough times. The second part of Search Inward is about cultivating flow. Flow happens when we immerse ourselves in an activity that consumes us. We sometimes even lose track of time. We give it our entire attention, and it often stretches us a bit, using our strengths and skills in something productive and worthwhile. Athletes refer to this flow state as being in the zone. This could include anything from reading a book to cooking, cleaning, doing a puzzle, building something, or playing an instrument. Time seems to just fly by, and we don't realize it because we're so wrapped up in what we're doing. So find time for flow. The second 2 words are turn outward. While searching inward is all about you and your strengths, turning outward is never about you. Stress and trauma tend to do the opposite and turn us inward. So turning outward is really about using your strengths, talents, and time to turn outward, think about others, and do good for others, both within and outside your household. It's about making time to be kind. It's about not just feeling grateful, but expressing gratitude and appreciation to others through a text, a phone call, or a thoughtful act of service. It's a smile. It's showing love. Turning outward is action-oriented. It's both feeling and doing. In fact, across dozens of studies, doing a kind act produces a brief high of happiness faster than any other exercise scholars have studied. So let's try it right now. Take 30 seconds right now and ask yourself, who needs a text of love or appreciation from me right now? Now, a name or a face will come into your mind. Act on it. Send them a text right now. This is turning outward. Go ahead and pause this and send the text, and then pay attention to what happens inside. That good feeling is what scholars call elevation. It feels good to do good. Turning outward is also about turning to loved ones, friends, and family for support during or after a crisis. In fact, some studies show that social support is one of the strongest predictors of resilience. In some cases, this means reaching outward for professional counseling and therapy. Okay, so we have search inward and turn outward. Now the third set of 2 words is look upward. Stress and challenges tend to bring us down, both physically and emotionally. I see people who have had messy lives and their faces point downward. So looking upward is about increasing our positivity, holding on to hope, and finding meaning and purpose through trials and trauma. It's asking, what can I learn from this? How can I be stronger because of this? And how can I be better because of this? Another big part of looking upward is relying on our religious faith or spirituality. Countless studies across numerous cultures have shown that spirituality and looking upward to a higher power helps bring meaning, but it also brings peace and comfort. The final 2 words are press forward. Trauma and trials can certainly slow us down and even stop us in our life journeys. Pressing forward is about refusing to give up or giving in. It's about being persistent and patient through adversity. Sometimes we get stuck in the past and want to rehash it over and over in our minds with others. And talking with others about the past can be helpful, but being held hostage there is not healthy. In other words, it's okay to occasionally glance in the rear view mirror of life, but don't stare. Otherwise, you'll miss what's right in front of you. Pressing forward is also about cultivating realistic optimism, which is the firm belief that your behavior really matters. What you do makes a difference. You may not have had control about what happened to you in the past, but you can press forward and help shape the future. So there you have it, 8 words for raising resilience. Search inward, turn outward, look upward, and press forward. I also want to recommend a great book that you or loved ones may find helpful. It's called The Upward Spiral by Alex Korb, and it's one of my all-time favorite books about this area. So that's it. That's been another Dr. Dave's Thrive in 5. I hope you enjoyed it.